Beyond the Gate spoilers for Tuesday, the 3rd of March 2026, teases that several familiar faces are on the verge of walking out the door while others hover at the edge of a return. And none of these movements are quiet. None of them are simple. Because every exit leaves a bruise and every comeback tears open something that was barely stitched shut in the first place. People are coming, people are leaving, and BTG feels unstable, like the ground shifts under every promise made in Washington, D.C., like no relationship is safe and no secret stays buried long enough to stop breathing. Hammer stands at the center of that instability, a homeless man most people ignored until he became impossible to ignore. He did not just wander into the lives of Haley and Randy. He stumbled into something explosive, something Joey understood the moment he saw the look in Hammer's eyes. Hammer had seen something, heard something, enough to make Joey realize that Haley and Randy's carefully constructed future could collapse in one reckless confession. The irony is cruel, because Hammer himself never intended to destroy anyone. Lynette, calculating and cold, saw an opportunity and used it. She framed him, set him up as the attacker who assaulted Haley and stole her property. It was neat, almost too neat. A homeless man with no resources, no defense, easy to blame. For a moment it worked. People whispered. Randy tensed every time Hammer's name came up. Haley tried to look brave, but her voice trembled. Then June stepped in. Not loudly, not dramatically, but with a quiet certainty that disrupted everything. She knew Hammer, knew the way he avoided stepping on ants, knew he would shoo away a fly instead of swatting it. She said it without thinking too much, that even a fly would be safe around him. So how could he possibly attack anyone? That one offhand comment shifted the atmosphere. Joey caught it. Randy caught it too, and Randy's reaction was not relief, it was fear. Because if Hammer did not attack Haley, then who did, and what else did Hammer know? Joey's mind moved fast. He did not defend Hammer out of kindness. He calculated risk. He promised Hammer protection, guaranteed his safety, but only if he agreed to leave Washington, D.C. immediately. No more sleeping near the gates. No more lingering where the truth could slip out at the wrong time. Hammer agreed because he had little choice and because he trusted Joey in a strange way. Joey assured him that the rest would be handled. Those words sounded protective, but they carried a warning too. Hammer's departure mirrors Lance's later disappearance, quiet removals designed to protect larger secrets. Before this tension even settled, Dr. Leah Whitmore had already stirred up another storm. As the newly appointed head of the hospital department, she arrived with authority and a firm sense of structure. Carlton did not like that. From the start, he felt sidelined, convinced that Leah's distribution of duties was a subtle attack on his importance. The situation tangled further because Kial was there too, and both men were circling Nicole with an awkward mix of charm and rivalry. Leah's decisions had nothing to do with Nicole. They were based on workload and hospital needs, but Carlton refused to see it that way. He felt diminished, humiliated, especially when Kial seemed to thrive under Leah's leadership. The friction between Carlton and Kial became personal, fast. Words were exchanged in hallways, glances sharpened during meetings, and Nicole found herself in the middle of a competition she never asked for. At the same time, Anita's cancer treatment began facing complications. The hospital corridors felt heavier, conversations quieter. Anita's struggle was no background detail. It pressed on everyone. Leah's earlier presence suddenly mattered more. If Anita's condition worsens, if difficult decisions need to be made, Leah's authority could pull her back into the story whether Carlton likes it or not. And if she returns, unresolved tension follows her. There is a question hanging in the air about whether Leah and Carlton might collide again, not just professionally, but emotionally, because frustration often masks something deeper. Meanwhile, Kial confided in Vanessa about his feelings for Nicole. That conversation felt like a turning point. When someone begins to speak as if preparing to move on, people notice. Was Kial signaling a departure? Was he stepping back to protect himself from rejection or from a rivalry he no longer wants to fight? Carlton, too, stands at a crossroads. His pride wounded, his authority questioned, his romantic hopes uncertain. Either of them could leave, and either exit would reshape the hospital's fragile balance. Lance's storyline burns differently, fueled by anger and misplaced blame. He confronted Vanessa with a bitterness that shocked even those used to his temper. He accused her of destroying his marriage to Lolly, as if she alone carried responsibility for a union already cracking from within. The argument was loud, raw, public enough to ripple through the community. Vanessa did not crumble, but she was shaken. Joey stepped in again, decisive as ever. He warned Lance clearly to stay away from Vanessa, to stop circling her life with accusations and threats. Lance understood the warning. Since then, he has not dared to appear near Vanessa's usual places. His disappearance feels forced, not chosen, similar to Hammer's exile. Two men removed from the landscape because their presence threatened larger narratives, but forced exits create resentment. If Lance returns, it will not be quietly. Then there is Madison, whose path seemed straightforward at first. A scholarship to Copenhagen, a bright academic future, a clean departure filled with applause and bittersweet goodbyes. Everyone prepared to see her go. Then Chelsea proposed. The proposal was sudden, emotional, a declaration that love mattered more than distance. Madison, overwhelmed, chose to give up the scholarship. It was a decision made with heart racing, logic trailing behind. Chelsea, however, did not want to be the reason Madison abandoned her dream. Love should not shrink someone's world. Bill intervened in his own complicated way. Not wanting Chelsea to drift too far, not wanting to lose her presence, he arranged for Madison's scholarship to be transferred closer to home. It was a solution on paper. Stay together, stay ambitious, everyone wins. But emotions are not paperwork. Madison and Chelsea now face a different dilemma. Was the proposal a promise or a pressure point? Did Madison truly choose love over Copenhagen, or did she panic at the thought of losing Chelsea? Even with the scholarship relocated, the question of sacrifice lingers between them. These intertwined departures and returns create a rhythm in BTG that never settles. Hammer leaving protects Haley and Randy for now, but it also removes a witness who could have cleared the air completely. Joey's involvement positions him as both savior and manipulator, someone who fixes problems by relocating them rather than resolving them. Lynette's trap exposed her willingness to exploit vulnerability. June's defense of Hammer revealed that small voices can redirect large narratives. In the hospital, Leah's authority clashed with ego and desire, while Anita's fragile health threatens to draw everyone back into confrontation. Carlton and Kiao hover between staying and walking away, their romantic rivalry tangled with professional pride. Lance's anger pushed him out of sight, yet unresolved bitterness rarely fades. Madison and Chelsea stand at a crossroads disguised as a compromise, their future uncertain despite the appearance of stability. No one leaves without leaving something behind. No one returns without reopening something. BTG thrives on that constant motion. One character's exit becomes another character's catalyst. One quiet goodbye triggers a louder conflict elsewhere. Even those who remain feel the tremors. Haley and Randy may think their future is secure now that Hammer is gone, but security built on silence is thin. Nicole may feel flattered by attention, yet she risks becoming the reason two men fracture their careers. Vanessa stands resilient after Lance's accusations, but resilience has limits. Anita fights for her health, while others fight for pride and love around her, and the contrast is stark, almost uncomfortable. In the end, it does not matter who stays or who leaves at any given moment, because each movement injects new tension into the veins of the story. Departures are not clean breaks, they are postponed explosions. Returns are not simple reunions, they are confrontations waiting to happen. BTG continues to spin on that axis, characters stepping forward then backward, choices made in haste, promises rewritten overnight. And somewhere in Washington, D.C., behind closed doors and hospital curtains and the quiet corners where secrets breathe, the next exit is already forming, the next return already casting a shadow,